case full of noise and gasoline. Just another bone-time crime. Once you build up and grow catastrophe, you look so dumb right now. In a world full of ghosts and make-believe. In another time, when divided combined, turn it on and get watered down again. You said you're the only one that gets watered down again. You're gonna let this drown. Got deluded, didn't get up for days. Time to hand it in now. They win somehow. There's no one left in this town. Waited so long, now they're all too far away. Everyone is safe and small. You've been trying to take it all. Turn it on and get watered down again. You said you're still young and you don't wanna get watered down again. It didn't wind up this way because you let me live. He should have been anything that you could have been. That you should have been. You could have been.
Welcome back, my night outers. This is DJ Psycho Eddie. By the way, if you want to be part of the show, hit me up first off on Facebook /My Night Out. If you want to get in touch with me, if you want to send me some music, if you just want to
Send us some food.
Send us food. Yeah, definitely. You want to contact us at mynightout.radio@verizon.net. Twitter for the show is mynightoutri. My personal is DJ Psycho Eddie on Twitter. DJ Psycho Eddie also on Instagram. And don't forget to check out mynightoutri.com for all your up-to-date events and upcoming fun. No other way to put it. I want to redirect a little bit.
It's about time we do that.
Yeah, well, we're still going to be covering food porn. But
I know, but you saw the direction my mind was taking during the music.
I'm pump the brakes a little.
I'm warning you.
Oh, it's okay. We're going to do a local. You know, we have being Rhode Island, we have Johnson and Wales in our backyard, and we have some excellent TV shows based on Rhode Island and southern New England. Mm-hmm. First off, we have the TV Maitre D with Joe Zito, and he basically visits these restaurants. He goes around, and it's pretty much a half-hour continuous infomercial or just advertising all these restaurants that you probably wouldn't think of to go to. Granted, if it's Rhode Island, if it's more than 5 miles away from your house, you don't think of going there anyways.
Yeah, but the other thing is in Rhode Island, I mean, we are overrun with a plethora of restaurants. I mean, we need somebody to pick and sort through them.
Well, if you look around, I mean, if you read on the internet at all, Rhode Island is within the top 10 foodie destinations
Exactly. That's
in the country,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Another one which I feel is underrated is Boston. Boston has a phenomenal food scene as well, and that's 45 minutes north of us?
Yeah, I mean, how long could you eat at a different eatery just in the city of Providence alone?
Oh, you
without
could eat
repeating yourself. I mean,
Every
it's-
night for at least almost a year.
Yeah.
At least a year.
Yeah.
But you have the TV maitre d', Joe Zito, and now he's very Providence-centric. Another TV show, which I know Mr. Jones here is a fan of, is The Phantom Gourmet. Now, when you're watching the TV show, Dan Andelman is the face that you see on TV, and he does a lot of the talking. However, the actual Phantom Gourmet has been able to keep his identity a secret since 1993. He has been a Boston food critic since 93, and nobody has yet put their finger on who exactly the Phantom Gourmet is.
And
That's
I
impressive.
think it's like Saddam Hussein or other despot heads of states. I think, and I've had this conversation with the folks from Phantom Gourmet, they actually have imposters. So you may think the Phantom Gourmet is in your restaurant, and it's just some dude.
But, I mean, these are two very Rhode Island, Southern New England centric TV shows.
Right.
And they're on every single week. I know Tony watches. I know I watch it. Just because, I like to see the restaurants and what they think about them. And they do a few cooking segments, but they are more of here's a restaurant, this is what they make,
A
you want to try
promotional
this.
service,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's more of a promotional service. Now, one of the biggest names that come out of this area, though, and he's been around since the creation of the Food Network, which was originally Food TV, and they had a few other names in there, but it's Emeril Lagasse, which isn't his real name, by the way.
Johnson and Wales graduate.
He is a Johnson Wales graduate in 78, actually. Then later on, he was awarded an honorary doctorate from Johnson and Wales. He was the successor for Paul Prudhomme at the Commander's Palace in New Orleans in 1985. But he is a Fall River native. He started cooking at the St. John's Club in Fall River. He is probably one of the biggest names in food porn ever.
I mean, I know the name. Yeah.
Well, again, I know you
I'm saying
personally
somebody-
are not as the foodie type.
That's what I'm saying, but even I know the name. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I was fortunate enough to go to one of his restaurants in New Orleans. He had a steakhouse in MGM, and whatever you wanted, you got it exactly how you ordered it. My case on this one is steak. I love steak. Who doesn't like steak? However, I like mine extremely rare.
More rare than most chefs are willing to serve it to you.
For
Exactly.
legal reasons.
For legal reasons, they have to warn me when I order my steak.
Right.
Most places, and I told them, when you put that steak on the grill, count to 45 seconds, flip it over, do another 45 seconds, and it is done. I don't care how thick it is.
That's disgusting.
Well, personal preference. If your steak and your meats are that high of a quality to command the price you're asking, you're going to do it my way. And if you're scared to do it that way, means you do not have the quality you're saying that you have. That's how I look at it. Well, they did it exactly the way I wanted it. In fact, I think he was trying to mess with me. They made it a little bit less done than I like it, which was still good for me.
Right.
You warm up the outside, the rest is fine. The meal there was pricey, but well worth it. At that point, I was eating off the winnings I made off the roulette table earlier that evening, so I didn't care where the money went. The drinks were spot on, exactly how they should be poured, and the food, I just can't say enough about it. And that's, again, Emeril Lagasse, but he was one of the biggest figures on the Food Network. He had the essence of Emeril, Emeril Live, Emerald Green on the menu, and that's just a couple of them. He was, guest hosting for different shows on the Food Network. He even had a sitcom. He made he made a couple appearances in the show Treme, which was, I believe, an HBO show. And here's a guy who, just down the road from us, made it huge in the food porn industry. And I'm going to keep calling it that because that's exactly what it is. And,
It is.
and as we discussed off the air, food is the buildup leading to other things, or food is the as you're going around trying these different restaurants, different foods, you're building up to get to that ultimate meal. That death row meal, the one that you want to taste last before you go into the gas chamber or before you get hooked to an electric chair.
Right.
You want this meal. And that's, I think, what the foodies are looking for.
Right, it's a build up to some kind of climax.
Exactly. Whether that climax be, I finally tasted emerald steak, or I finally tasted duck confit, or I finally tasted whatever. That may be the ultimate, or that may be the stepping stone to say, wow, that really wasn't that good. I want to find one that's better now.
Right.
So, and then you get into other TV shows, like Guy Fieri, which, by the way, if you're listening, which oddly enough, I did get an email from him a little while back, Guy Fieri from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. He's another one that's going to go all over the country trying to find these little mom and pop places. He's like Tony and myself. I don't know if you're the same way. I refuse to go to a chain restaurant, if at all possible. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's doing. He's going all over the country, and he is checking out, okay, I went to Mom and Pop's place over here in Tiverton. He went quite a few places in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut area. And the places that he's going to aren't the really, snooty, high class, you have to dress up for. He's going to, like, places that, as long as you have clothes on, they don't care what the clothes look like. Come on in. We'll feed you.
Right, as long as you got your shirt and shoes on.
Shirt, shoes, and pants.
Right.
Shorts, whatever. But, he's not going for the upper echelon of food. He's just going for a really good burger, or a really good burrito, or
Right.
a really good whatever made from someone who really cares about their product. Because I think Tony mentioned this a couple weeks ago. These people that are actually, they are their brand. Take any restaurant around here. One of my haunts in local anyways, I like going to Aqualantes. These people are out. They are meeting the public. They're meeting all their customers, and they're proud of their food. They're putting their livelihood, their soul into that food, and you can taste it.
Right.
Well, he's going to places all over the country doing the same thing.
Some folks that get into the hospitality business and open restaurants later in life literally spend their life savings to open some of these places up.
Yeah, exactly. And if your whole livelihood, the rest of your life is balancing on this, some people can't handle the pressure and they crash and burn. But the people that can handle the pressure are like, okay, I made my life savings and investment in a business. I'm at least going to, if it's going to fail, I'm going to go down swinging. And they go out of their way to be pleasant, nice to
Right.
you.
And,
You
well,
know,
it's
they go the extra mile.
yes.